Hello there, my name is Patrice. I just wanted to come on and make a short video, a video chronicle about my experience of being a caregiver, a carer for my late mother, who passed away in 2014, and how it really began. Well, it all started around 1996, and I think I was about 7 or 6 years old, and my parents had divorced at this time. My father had moved out, and so it was just my mother and I living together. And so my father was very active as a father, and he moved just round the corner really, to a smaller place of his own. So he was very active in my life and still is now. But my caring role really began then, when he left. My mother had about 6 health conditions, all very serious, all very life-threatening. And the one I'm going to talk about today briefly is her schizophrenia. My mother had schizophrenia, and she had psychosis and just very serious mental health complaints. She was institutionalized on a lot of medications and injections and things like this, just to help treat her condition. Her conditions, sorry. So my caring role wasn't really voluntary, and I didn't actually know at that young age that I actually was a carer, a caregiver at the time. I got to witness many health professionals giving my mother and I home visits. Many a time I would form friendships with these medical professionals who made these home visits to come and check on how my mother and I was doing. So it was then really that as I got older, as I look back in hindsight, that they already knew, these health professionals already knew that I was a carer, but there wasn't really a name for it as such back then. Not that I recall anyway, because nobody really called me a carer until I got way older, when I started to look for work. But that's another story that I'll hopefully be able to share with you in another video. But for now, I just want to talk about how my caregiving began, looking after my mother as a full-time. And as a child, growing up and up into my adult years, until 2014, when she passed away. But I'm going to keep this brief because I can probably ramble on and keep it short. I've got to keep it short because the upload time takes ages and things like that. But so I was a carer, and I'd like to be able to help other carers, other former carers, because I feel like there's not many resources out there for former carers or with former carers, caregivers, talking about what they did in this role, this very important role, if you're a family carer and taking care of your loved ones, a neighbour, a friend, whoever. So I think that it's very helpful if a lot of us former carers start to make videos to encourage those currently in this position, because we know what it's like. We're out of it, but it's not going to really leave us, because it will be something that remains with us always, because that was our life at one point or another. And so we can really empathise with those currently in the caring position at the moment. I have actually, I'm sorry, I've just rambled on. I have actually got a couple of booklets here. I have Strength for the Moment, Inspiration for Caregivers by Laurie Hogan, co-founder of Home Instead Senior Care. I am no way affiliated with any of Laurie Hogan or Home Instead company. I'm just like randomly just reading through the book. I bought it because I thought it was bring comfort to me, even after my caring role has been finished. But and I've got a booklet here, Making Life Better for Carers. And I think that's it. I think once we've been a carer ourselves, once our role is completed and it comes to an end, I think it's wonderful if we can just, well, my personal endeavour is to be able to share my experiences and really give that support, just to let ones know that you're not alone. There are people around the world just like you who have gone through the same things or similar things that you have, who have experienced the emotional roller coasters that you go through, who just know what it feels like. And so that's why I'm making this short video. But that was a little brief background story as to how my caring began. My name is Patrice. I am from the UK. I live a couple of hours away from London, and so I was born here, and this is my story, my caregiving chronicles, and I will go into more depth later on in another video at some point. I'm very new to all of this, so this is just, again, random, just me sitting here one day on a Sunday afternoon, just thinking, and I decided to turn on my tablet, which isn't actually HD at the moment, so I apologise for the poor quality, but thank you very much, and take care.